Are we all comfortable with factorizing trinomials? Yes? Thumbs up. Okay, Wikanyo says no, but we can go through it really, really quickly. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to remind you guys. Let me try and see if I can do this in the easiest way possible. Now, there are three different types of factorizations. So we've got x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, if I have x squared plus 5x plus 6, then I know that I'm going to open two brackets. I know that it's a trinomial. I'm going to open two brackets. And without a doubt, one of them will have a plus. Whatever's over here will be in one of the brackets. Always, always, always. Then what you'll ask yourself is, a plus times a what will give you a plus? I know that it'll be a plus times a plus. So over here, we will also have a plus. Then over here in the front here, we're going to look for factors of x squared. That's going to be x and x, like that. And then on the other side, we look for factors of 6 that will add up to 5. And if we're okay enough with factorization at the moment, we'll know that this is 3 and 2. Okay, it takes a bit of practice. Like I said, guys, algebra requires practice, practice, practice. So this is the part of it that we're talking about. All right, so let's say, for instance, now I switch it up a little bit. I go x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay. Oh, okay, Abu, we'll hear from you now. Okay. Okay, Wikanya says she remembers. All right, so if we're factorizing this, we already know right off the bat that one of my brackets will have a negative. One of them will have a negative. So this one will have a negative here. And then I just need to ask myself, a negative times a what will give me a positive? A negative times a negative. Right, factors of x squared, xx, and then factors of 6 that will add up to 5 will be 3 and 2. Negative 3 minus 2 will give us negative 5, and negative 3 times negative 2 will give us positive 6. Okay. Hello, Desmarie. Okay, I'm just going to do the last one really quickly so that we all are on the same page. Okay, so next one will be something like x squared minus, let's say, minus 8x. Minus 5x minus 6. Okay, now I'm going to open two brackets. Okay, I already know that one of them will have to have a minus, right? And then I need to ask myself, a negative times a what will give me a negative? That would have to be a negative times a positive will give me a negative. And then I'll get x here and x there. And then now, instead of adding to get the middle term, I need to find factors of 6 that will minus to give us 5. So I know that, negative 5 rather, I would have to have negative 6 and positive 1 in order for that to happen. All right, thumbs up. Is everybody okay with this? Everyone okay here? Okay, amazing, 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 amazing. So let's start with a bit of a simple exercise. I'm going to ask you guys to factorize these three sums for me, okay, using factorization techniques that we're seeing. And then if you're done, pop in the chat what you notice, if you do notice anything at all, okay? I'm going to give you guys, let me give you guys 5 minutes, all right? Go for it. Pop an emoji when you're ready. Do we need more time? Can I get started on the questions? Melissa says, I'm looking at the first one where if you multiply 2 and 1, you get 2. However, you can't get 1 because the signs are positive. That's what I'm thinking. Yes. Okay, we are almost there. Narisha, you've also got kind of the same idea. A good idea, yes. I'm looking for a specific word in mathematics, though, that we're looking for. Can I go ahead and answer these? Are we all okay for me to answer them? Yes. Shall we have a look at the answers? Okay. All right. So if we factorize the following, I'm going to note here that I'm going to open 2 brackets. One of them will have a plus in it, and the other one, plus times a plus, will give me a plus. I'll get the factors of x. That'll give me x and x. And then the factors of 1 are just 1 and 1. And 1 plus 1 will give me 2. Okay. Now, in the second one over here, again, I'm going to open 2 brackets. I know that one of them will have a minus, and negative times a negative will give me a positive 9. The factors of x squared are x and x. And the factors of 9 that will give me 6 will be 3 and 3. Okay. In this last one, again, I'm going to note 2 brackets. One of them will be a plus and a plus, and the factors of x squared are xx, and the factors of 16 are 4 and 4. 4 and 4 will give me 8. Now, you're absolutely right when you say that the 2 brackets are exactly the same, right? But isn't that the same as something else that we've seen before in mathematics? If I said to you guys that 1 is one of them, I'll give you an example of another one. 4 is one of them. Let me make sure I don't miss one. 9 is one of them. 16 is one of them. 25 is one of them. What kind of numbers? Aha. Good, Narita, that's it. These are perfect squares. Are we all in agreement? Yes, they're perfect squares because 1 is 1 squared. 4 is 2 squared, 9 is 3 squared, this is 4 squared, this is 5 squared. Now, the way we've just factorized these, they've also just given us perfect squares. The only difference is that the perfect square is the bracket itself. So I can rewrite x plus 1 as a perfect square because it's the same thing multiplied by itself. So I can rewrite this as x plus 1 all squared. Right, I can do the same over here. This becomes x minus 3 all squared, and this over here becomes x plus 4 all squared. All right, thumbs up. Are we all happy with this idea? Yes? That the thing we've been given to factorize is indeed a perfect square. So when we factorize this, it gives us a perfect square. Let me just see. Couldn't we have done that thing this year? Probably, Narisha, but it gets a little bit more complicated. And yes, what we're looking at actually is a grade 9 concept. It's not actually a grade 11 concept. This is something we learn about in grade 9. Okay. All right. It's just not as obvious. But okay, let's think about what happens when we have to create the perfect square. Now, I want us to note something here. If they give us just those 2 numbers, and they want us to fill in this blank so that we get a perfect square, how do we maneuver our mathematical thinking to get to that number? And I am very serious when I say this. It comes in handy when you start doing parabolas in grade 11. It's very, very important. Okay, so we know that the concept of a trinomial is always something squared, x squared, plus something else x, plus some other number. Yes, are we in agreement? Thumbs up. Yes, that's the basic structure of a trinomial is something squared plus something else x plus another number, right? So now, if we've got values that look like this, and we want to find an answer that's going to give us 2 brackets like this, and we want x plus something and x plus something that's going to give us x plus something all squared, what number do we need to replace C with in order to get to that answer? Okay, let's think about this. We're kind of trying to work our way backwards. Let's go back to the examples that we were just doing. Okay, if we look over here, we note that the number that sits over here needs to add to give us this number. So it must be 1 plus 1 gives us 2, and it must multiply to give us that number. Okay, so 1 times 1 will give us 1, right? Just like over here, I've got 9 there. I know that -3 times -3 will give me +9, and -3 plus -3 will give me -6. So let's go ahead and try and think this one through. I've got 4x. So I know that I need a number that adds to give us 4. What numbers can we think of that can add to give us 4? Let's think about it. Good. We could think of 1. What would the other numbers be, Narisha? If we have 1, we would have to have 3 and 1. Good. But remember, that's not going to be able to help us here, because if I have 3 there and I have 1 there, that's not the same thing twice, right? Because I need it to be an exact perfect square. So what number does C need to be in order for this to work? Just like Abu says, it would need to be 2 and 2, right? Let's think about it. 2 plus 2 will indeed give us 4, and 2 times 2 would give us 4. So the value for C we're looking for, C must equal 4. Okay, are we understanding the idea that ma'am is going for here? Everyone okay with this idea? Yes? We are looking for the number that's going to allow us a perfect square. Okay, now let's see if you guys can figure it out. Let's look at B. Have a look at B and tell me, what number does C need to be in order for this to work? What does C need to be? Okay, almost there, Narisha. Almost there. Remember what we needed to multiply to be something. Almost there, Abu. Think again. Open 2 brackets. Open 2 brackets. It can't be 2, Palesa, because if we put 2 there, I'm going to get -10x plus 2. That's not going to give me a perfect square. Okay, Narisha was on to something. Narisha was on to something. She just forgot to do something to that particular number. Good. Okay, you're correct. It's going to be 5 plus 5, or in this case, -5 and -5. You're spot on. So x minus 5 and x minus 5 will give us x minus 5 all squared. What does that mean about our C value? What would our C value then be? What would the C value then have to be? You can quickly FOIL, do some quick math. FOIL and tell me what number C would have to be. That's it, Abu. Good. I know that those 2 numbers must add to give me -10, but they must also multiply. They must also multiply. So -5 times -5 will make C equal 25. Are you guys with me? Yes? Are we seeing it a little bit? Add and multiply. Okay, good. We want to add and multiply. Okay, this one is a bit nasty, so I'm going to change it a little bit. I want to see if you guys can get this one. Let me put here -12x. Okay, now think about what you need to do, or what value C needs to be. C needs to equal something in order for this to be a perfect square. So I know that I'm going to open 2 of the same bracket, and both of those brackets will be the same, so it will create a perfect square. So tell me what the C value needs to be. If I want to make it 12 or -12, what is that number that's going to make sure that I add to -12? And when I multiply, that's it, Abu. That's it, Sia. Are we seeing it? Good. There we go. Abu's got the right idea. Good. So x minus 6 and x minus 6 will give me a perfect square, x minus 6 all squared. And I know that negative 6 times negative 6 will need to make this number c over here equal to 36. Right? Well done, Narisha. Look at you learning grade 11 maths. How nice is this? Okay. All right. Shall I give you one more? Should we try one more? Let's see if you guys can get this one. Here is D. Your next one says x squared plus 20x plus c. Figure out c for me, please. What is c going to be? Ah, I see. Well, it's called preemptive. So you need to, there's some things that need to be, you know, assessed knowledge, something beyond you that you need to kind of think about to get there. Okay. Somebody give me a value for C, please. What are we thinking? Okay. That's it, Narisha. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Okay. Narisha's figured it out already. She's figured out that C should equal 100. Okay, now I want us to note something. Okay, this is going to be x plus 10 and x plus 10 is equal to x plus 10 all squared. Now, here's one thing I want us to note. There is a trend. We are actually following a specific trend. I want you guys to note here that each of the numbers that we've been putting in our perfect square are basically just half of that number. That's it. That's correct, Valessa. That's it. You are spot on. We're just doubling the number, or we are taking double the number in the middle, or half of the number in the middle, and squaring it. Is everybody understanding what's going on here? So in this particular question, we've just taken 4, we've divided it by 2. We've taken 4 divided by 2, which gave us 2, and we squared it, and it gave us 4. Let's look at what happened here, over here. We took negative 10 and we divided it by 2 and it gave us negative 5, and negative 5 all squared gives us 25. Shall I keep going? Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 all squared is 36. You see that? Nice and easy. Same over here. 20 divided by 2 gave us 10, and 10 all squared gave us 100. Divide and conquer. Correct. Okay, so let's see if we can put this together. Okay. If we actually put this together, I know that if I want to create a perfect square, all I need to do is I need to take x squared. Let's say, for instance, the value is x squared plus bx plus c. If I want to find the value of this number over here, all I need to do is I need to take this number over here, divide that number by 2, and whatever answer I get, I just square it. Thumbs up. Are we all okay with that concept? Are we seeing it? Are we happy with it? Okay, exactly. Beautiful. All right. So here is the rule that we're looking at. It says here, if we have the quadratic trinomial x squared plus bx plus c, then the c value, the value at the end, is just half of the b value squared. They are free marks, correct. See ya for now. For now. All right. Okay. Let's look at these questions here. Can you guys complete the square in these questions for me? I'll note here. I want you guys to note here that they've given you the x squared value and they've given you the b value. What they want you guys to do is find the c value and write it as a perfect square. Okay, write it as a perfect square. Something all squared. So let's do A, B, and C for me. pop an emoji on the screen or in the chat when you are ready. For all three, I will give you guys about 3 minutes. I want everyone to note that the one in the middle is going to give us a fraction. Do not be afraid of fractions. If you need to, pick up your calculator. Okay. Tell me when you're ready. All right, are we ready? Shall we have a look? Good, Abu, amazing. Well done, that's it, that's correct. Okay, let's go ahead and see if everybody gave us the correct answers here. Okay, so if we want to complete the square, I'm going to go for I'm going to go x squared minus 4x. And then to find this last value over here, I'm going to go plus, I'm going to take -4, the b value, divide that by 2, and then square all of that. So I'm going to get x squared minus 4x. -4 divided by 2 is -2. All squared will give us plus 4. So I know that my perfect square will then be x minus 2 all squared. Right, there's the answer that we would get. Okay. All right, let's look at B. Now, B for sure, we're going to get a fraction. We must get a fraction. Okay, I'm going to go x squared plus 5x. 5x will stay the same. And then we'll go plus, open brackets, 5 over 2 all squared. So I know that this one must give me a fraction. Okay, I'm going to get x squared plus 5x plus 5 squared will give me 25 over 2 squared is 4. Okay. All right. C. Let's have a look at C here. Okay. Again, I'm going to go x squared minus 6x plus, open a bracket. I'm going to take that -6 divided by 2 and square it. So I'm going to get x squared minus 6x plus -6 divided by 2 is -3 all squared plus 9. I forgot to finish up over here. Whew, sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. I forgot to finish up in this question over here. So we will go equals, open bracket, x plus 5 over 2 all squared. You guys will note that the answer that I put over here is the answer that I get in this bracket, inside the bracket over there. Okay, same with this one over here. when I put this together, when I put my perfect square together, I'm going to go and fetch my perfect square from over there. -6 divided by 2 is -3, all squared. All right, thumbs up. Everybody here with me? Everyone okay? Was that me? Was that me, Sia? Did I say that? No, I don't think I did. If I did, it was definitely an accident. I'll have to replay the video because we'll have to censor that out. I am not sure. I don't think I did, but we'll have to go listen. I'll have to go listen and see if I did. I'm so sorry if I did. I definitely did not mean to. That's very derogatory. I know, that's very derogatory, and I did not mean to say that at all, and I can't repeat it here. Okay, I'm going to have to play it back and see if I can hear. Okay, but besides that, can I get a thumbs up? Is everybody okay with how we complete the square? Yes? Thumbs up? Oh, I see. Oh, we're definitely going to have to censor that out, see. Okay, I'm going to ask again. Can I get a thumbs up? Are we okay with how to complete the square? Yes? Okay, derogatory. It means a bad word. That's what it means. Okay, I want to make sure that we're all okay with this concept. So I'm just going to pop in here 2 more, because what I'm about to do next is going to shake us up a little bit. And I want to make sure that we're all understanding how to do this. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and complete the square for these 2 numbers. 8x, oh, x squared minus 8x. Here's your other one. X squared plus 11x. Okay, that second one is going to give us a fraction again. So I want you guys to brace yourself for a fraction and give me the answer where you see it. Or let me make it 7x rather. X squared plus 7x. I'll give you guys 3 minutes so that we can go away from this derogatory conversation that we are having right now. Quickly change the subject before I lose my job. Okay. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Abu's already done. So I don't know why we actually need 2 minutes when Abu's already done and Palesa's also already done. Narisha's also already done. How, guys, give me a chance. Give me a chance. Okay, no, that's good. It's good. We're supposed to go fast. It's supposed to go quickly. All right. Okay, good. All right, let's finish up here quickly. Okay, I'm just going to, again, x squared minus 8x plus, I'm going to open a bracket, -8 over 2 all squared, and that will give me x squared minus 8x plus -8 divided by 2 is -4 all squared will give us plus 16. And again, to complete the square or to make it a perfect square, I'm going to take the number that I would get in there, which is -4. So x minus 4 all squared. Okay, then over here, I'm going to get x squared plus 7x plus, open brackets, 7 over 2 all squared. So that's going to give me x squared plus 7x. 7 squared will give me 49 over 2 squared, which is 4. And that will then give me x plus 7 over 2 all squared. All right. Okay, I just want to make sure. Are we all still okay here? Is everybody okay with how to complete the square? Yes? Are we okay with everything ma'am has just shown us how to do? Amazing, because I need to now tell you guys that you are all cheats. Because we cannot just go around in mathematics adding numbers out of thin air. Numbers just don't come out of nowhere. Are we in agreement? Yes? It's not an accusation, it's a fact. Your Honor, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys, in mathematics, we don't just add numbers from nowhere. Okay. Then who made up numbers? That's a good question. You got me there, Gift. You definitely got me there. It was absolutely a setup. It was. Okay. But I'm just, for now, okay, we've completed the square, but we're going to take it a little bit further. And I want us to understand that when we add numbers, we need to add numbers in such a way that we are manipulating the mathematics for our own purposes. Okay, so let me tell you guys what I mean. Let's look at one of these questions over here. Okay, I want you guys to factorize question D for me, please. It is, but not in maths, not in mathematics. Not in mathematics, Abu. Okay, please factorize. No, it's not, Narisha. I promise it's not. Factorize question D for me, please. Just factorize for me. And you'll note, as you're factorizing, that you are not going to get a perfect square. Are we in agreement? Okay, we are not going to get a perfect square. I'm going to get x minus 4 and x minus 2. Okay, that's not a perfect square. But now let's say, for instance, I actually do want this to have a perfect square. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to that rule that we've just learned. We know that if we have x squared plus bx, and we want the c value, we know that c needs to be b divided by 2, and whatever answer we get there, we square it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go x squared minus 6x plus, and in brackets, I'm going to put in here, negative 6 over 2 all squared plus 8. I must add the 8. It's still part of my question. Yes, are we in agreement? Yes, thumbs up. The plus 8 is part of the expression. Okay, now here is the problem. The problem is I've now added that guy. Can somebody tell me what that number is? Okay. Okay, what is this number? What number do we get in that pink little circle that ma'am has put there? What number do we get? Negative 6 divided by 2 all squared. What's that going to give us? What are we going to get? Positive 9. Good. Okay, so my answer now looks like this. X squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 8. But now I can't just decide that I've added a 9 out of nowhere. Nines don't just come up from thin air. But if I manipulate the maths well enough, I know that I can make that positive 9 a 0 by just minusing 9. Yes? Yes, there's that mathematical manipulation that we were talking about. Right, because if we think about it, if we really think about it, if I add 9 and I minus 9, what have I actually added? I add 9 and I minus 9, I've added 0. Are we in agreement? Yes, I've added 0. We're all good here? Okay. So now what I can do is I can complete the square over here, and then I'm just going to get an extra number at the end. I'm just going to get this extra number that we have at the end. Okay, yes, there it is, Palesa, you see. So now I know that this is a perfect square. I know that this is x minus, I had 3 there, minus 3 all squared. And then we just add this number here at the end. 8 minus 9 is minus 1. How cool is that? Yes, they would probably think, if this was like the 1800s or the 1500s, they would think, what witchcraft is this? We need to burn her at the stake. Okay. Shall we try the other one? Can we try the next one? Let's try E. Let's try E. Okay, so I know that I want part of my answer to be a perfect square. I am sorry, Narisha. Okay, so let's go ahead and do what we do. We're going to go x squared minus 8x, and then I'm going to go plus, and I'm going to open a bracket so that I can make it a perfect square. I'm going to go negative 8 divided by 2 all squared, but that plus 10 must come with us. Now, let's clean it up. Let's clean it up. I'm going to get x squared minus 8x, and over here, I know negative 8 divided by 2 will give me negative 4, all squared will be plus 16. Plus 10, but now I've added 16. So once I've added 16, I must now again minus 16. Okay, and then this part over here will give me a perfect square, and then that part will just give me an extra number on the end. Okay, so this then will be bracket x, negative 8 divided by 2 will give me minus 4, all squared, and 10 minus 16 will just add minus 6. How cool is mathematics? Very, very cool. No, I thought we were having fun, guys. It was fun a second ago. Okay, can we try another one? Yes. Okay, I want you guys to try H for me. I feel like the others are going to give us fractions, and that's going to be a little tricky. So please try H for me. And if anybody wants to venture an answer, go ahead. Go ahead and either pop your answer in the chat, or you can unmute and help us with the answer. I'm sorry, Gift. Gift really does feel like I set you guys up. I'm sorry. But you have to admit, manipulation is kind of like, Okay, does anybody want to walk me through what they've done? And remember, it doesn't have to be the right answer. We are learning. Luckily for us, this isn't for marks. Nobody's going to test you on this. We are just exploring the mathematics. Anybody want to venture here with me? Okay, Narisha's got an answer for us. Okay, let me see. Yes, and Narisha's answer is spot. No, she's missed it by just a teeny bit because she's written a 4 instead of the actual number that should go in the perfect square. You were just there. Everything is correct except your perfect square number. Have a look at it one more time. But I know she's got it. I know she's got it. You've got it. The rest of it, that's it. Beautiful. Yay. Well done, Abu. Nicely done, guys. That's it. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, we're going to get x squared minus 10x plus, and in brackets, we'll have negative 10 divided by 2 all squared minus 2. Don't forget that the minus 2 comes along with us. Okay. Okay, now we'll get x squared minus 10x. And over here, negative 10 divided by 2 will give us negative 5. All squared is plus 25 minus 2. We've now added 25, so we must minus 25. Okay, and then we know that this part over here will be a perfect square. So I'm going to open brackets x. Negative 10 divided by 2 is minus 5. All squared minus 27. Sure. Well done. Just doing the things. How do we feel about this? Do we want another example? Yes? I feel like we're doing great. Yes, Palesa. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. The next few that we're looking at, or let me give you another one that looks a little bit nicer, and then we'll come back to these. No worries, my darling. Let me call this one I. We're going to do x squared plus 8x minus 3. Okay. I want you guys to complete the square there for me. And J, I'm going to go x squared minus 14x minus 5. Okay, complete the square for those two for me, please. Oh, Abu, I know you've done the right things. Pop your answer in the chat. Let's see. Let's see what you've got. I'm sure you've got the right answer for me. The first one is indeed correct. And the second one is also correct. Yeah, you've done the right things. Well done. There it is. Look at that. Well done. Yeah. Good work. Amazing. All right, let's give everybody else about a minute to catch up, and then we can look at the answers. Yay, I guess. But Narisha, if you've got the right answers, then it's definitely a yay without the I guess part of it. Well, no, technically, you're not kicking it out of its home. You're just giving it a little bit of extra vavoom, you know? Robbing these numbers of their housing. Palisa, is that a you're getting it right, or it's still kind of difficult and you're not grasping it? It looks easier when doing more of these sums. I feel like you're getting them right. You're just not sure of yourself. Yeah, there we go. Number. No, Narisha, all lives matter. Okay, no, woo, let me not say that. All numbers matter. We'll say that. Okay. All numbers matter. How does that sound? All numbers matter. Does that sound better? Now you guys are turning me into a numbers activist, and I don't know how I feel like. I don't know how I feel about this. All right, let's have a look at the answers. Okay, all right. We're first going to complete the square here. So we're going to go x squared plus 8x plus, and then in brackets, I'm going to have 8 divided by 2, all squared minus 3. This will give me x squared plus 8x. 8 divided by 2 is 4, squared is 16, plus 16 minus 3. I've added 16, so minus 16. Okay, and this then will become x plus 8 divided by 2 is 4, all squared. And then negative 3 minus 16 will give us minus 19. Well done. And then let's look at this one over here. X squared minus 14x plus, open brackets, negative 14 divided by 2, all squared minus 5. This will give us x squared minus 14x plus 49 minus 5 minus 49. Okay, this part here is a perfect square. So we're going to get x squared minus 7 all squared. Negative 5 minus 49 is negative 54. Okay, and there we go. Did we manage? Okay, let's look at some of those tricky ones, because I really do think we should do 1 or 2 tricky ones and we shouldn't run away from them. Okay, and I'm telling you now, guys, just because they have fractions doesn't mean that they're not numbers and that those numbers' lives don't matter. Okay, we've got to put those in there as well. I'm just going to move it over here. Okay. Yay, Palisa, that's the spirit. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so your next challenge, which will give you a fraction, but do not be afraid of fractions, because we are just adding and subtracting the number that we put in. We're going to do F and we're going to do G. Okay, go for it, grade 10s. Gift and threatening people who like maths. Just a quick hint. I'm just going to remind you guys that there's a 1 here. Okay. Narisha, you are not dumb at all. And I didn't catch you because I know you got it right. I know for a fact you got it right. I know you did. I know you did. Well done, my darling. Okay, I'll give everybody else like a minute and a half. A minute and a half, and then we'll talk. That's okay, Abu. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. Darisha's done. Amazing. With a few more seconds left to go. No, no quitting, Abu. All right, Palisa finished just in time. Okay, let's have a look. We know that we're going to get fractions, and we can't be afraid of fractions. Fractions are also numbers. Okay, let's start with f. I'm going to get x squared plus 1x plus open brackets. That's 1 over 2 all squared plus 1. Okay, this is going to give me x squared plus x, and over here I'm going to get plus 1 over 4 plus 1. Now I've added 1 over 4, so I must minus 1 over 4. And this will then give me a perfect square on over here. I know that I'm going to put a half in there, so this will become x plus a half all squared. And 1 minus a quarter is just going to give us plus 3 over 4. Okay, did we win? Yes, did we get it? Thumbs up. Did we manage? Yay, you overreacted. There it is, and there it is. Okay, let's talk about G. Okay, same thing with G. X squared plus 3x plus, open a bracket, 3 over 2, all squared minus 8. And that will give us x squared plus 3x plus 3 squared is 9 over 2 squared is 4 minus 8 minus 9 over 4. Okay, this would give me, in bracket over here, I'm going to get, that's a huge bracket. I'm going to get x plus 3 over 2 all squared. That's the perfect square part. And then I'm going to get negative 32 minus 9 will give us negative 41 over 4. Yes, minus 41 over 4. Did I get it correct? Yes, did I do it correctly? Yes. Yay, look at that. Well done. Okay, all right. I'm going to stop everybody's brain from hurting any longer. We're going to end it here for today.